Be sure to check out these newly published and upcoming adult fiction novels from some of today's best-selling authors. All of the books can be found in multiple formats and placed on hold for pickup at the Oakville Public Library. First up, we have the winner of the 2020 Scotiabank Giller Prize and a national bestseller, How to Pronounce Knife, by Suvankam Thimavongsa. This book was named one of Time magazine's must-read books of 2020 and one of the best books of the month by the New York Times, Vanity Fair, Bustle, The Millions, and Vogue. Suvankam Thimavongsa is an O. Henry Award winner and has been established as an essential new voice in Canadian and world literature. Told with compassion and wry humor, the stories in this book honor characters struggling to find their bearings far from home, even as they do the necessary, quote, grunt work of the world. The book focuses on characters struggling to make a living, illuminating their hopes, disappointments, love affairs, acts of defiance, and above all, their pursuit of a place to belong. Sentimental yet tender and fiercely alive, How to Pronounce Knife announces Suvankam Thimavongsa as one of the most striking voices of her generation. This book can be found at the Oakville Public Library as a book, ebook, and downloadable audiobook. Next up, we have the New York Times bestseller, The Authenticity Project by Claire Pooley. The Washington Post states, it is, quote, a feel-good book guaranteed to lift your spirits. The story is about a solitary green notebook that brings together 6 strangers and leads to an unexpected friendship and even love. Julian Jessup, an eccentric, lonely artist and septuagenarian, believes that most people aren't really honest with one another. But what if they were? And so he writes, in a plain green journal, the truth about his own life and leaves it in his local cafe. It's run by the incredibly tidy and efficient Monica, who secretively adds her own entry and leaves the book in the wine bar across the street. Before long, the others who find the green notebook add the truths about their own deepest selves, and soon find each other in real life at Monica's cafe. The Authenticity Project's cast of characters is by turns quirky and funny, heartbreakingly sad, and painfully true to life. It's a story about being brave and putting your real self forward, and finding out that it's not as scary as it seems. In fact, it looks a lot like happiness. The Authenticity Project can be found at the Oakville Public Library as a book, also in large print, ebook, and downloadable audiobook formats. Next up, we have Molly Falls to Earth by Maria Much, which was listed as one of the most anticipated books of 2021 by the Toronto Star. Be sure to keep this soon-to-be-published book on your to-be-read list. Molly Falls to Earth is an enthralling debut novel by Governor General's Literary Awards finalist Maria Much that is an inventive exploration of time, absence, and desire. In late January of 2010, choreographer Molly Volkova has a seizure on a crowded Manhattan sidewalk. As Molly experiences the singularity of the seizure over the course of 7 minutes, she is haunted by her past, memories of love and infidelity, thoughts of her family and her work, and of the city itself. She also reflects on the disappearance of a lover she last saw 10 years earlier, his sister, and the secrets that connect all 3 of them. Flickering through time and space and from character to character, Molly Falls to Earth forms a constellation around the spot where Molly lies on the edge of Washington Square Park. Interwoven throughout are documentary segments featuring the voices of others who search for the lost, obsessed with those who have gone missing. With her extraordinary ability to capture the unimaginable, Maria Much takes us deep into a stormy world in which people disappear without going anywhere and appear to be present while traveling vast distances. Molly Falls to Earth can be placed on hold for pickup at the Oakville Public Library today. Lastly, we have Ridge Runner by Jill Adamson, which is the long-awaited sequel to the best-selling, award-winning, and critically acclaimed novel, The Outlander. It is November 1917. William Moreland is in mid-flight. After nearly 20 years, the notorious thief known as the Ridge Runner has returned. Moving through the Rocky Mountains and across the border to Montana, the solitary drifter, impoverished in means and aged beyond his years, is also a widower and a father. and he is determined to steal enough money to secure his son's future. 12-year-old Jack Bolton has been left in the care of Sister Beatrice, a formidable nun who keeps him in confined seclusion in her grand old house. Though he knows his father is coming for him, the boy longs to return to his family's cabin deep in the woods. When Jack finally breaks free, he takes with him something the nun is determined to get back, at any cost. Set against the backdrop of a distant war raging in Europe and a rapidly changing landscape in the West, Jill Adamson's follow-up to her award-winning debut, The Outlander, is a vivid historical novel that draws from the epic tradition and a literary western brimming with a cast of unforgettable characters touched with humor and loss and steeped in the wild of the natural world. Ridge Runner can be found at the Oakville Public Library in book and ebook formats. We hope you enjoy some of these new and recently published novels. Be sure to check them out on the Oakville Public Library's website, opl.on.ca, and we look forward to seeing you in the branch to pick them up.